Hi everyone, welcome back and happy Halloween. I am so excited for this giant Halloween cookie. I haven't had one of these in so long and they're just so much fun to eat. With our Halloween cookie, I have a nice cold cup of milk. I think this is really going to satisfy a lot of you who keep telling me in my cake videos that an ice cold glass of milk would go perfectly. It's definitely perfect for today's cookie. This smells so good. I definitely don't want to waste any time. If you're new here, my name is Kina and every Saturday and Monday I upload relaxing videos. This is just a time for you to come home after a long day, kick your shoes off, let your hair down, throw your bra across the room, and just get comfortable. If you've had a long day, I am here for you. If you love desserts as much as I do, give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Let's get started. Okay, so today I have a very interesting paranormal story for you guys today. It's not going to be too scary, so you don't have to be worried about that. But it was very bizarre, and I've told this story once before in one of my lives. I did a live one time, and I found out very quickly that it's not for me. I was so nervous. But anyway, this is a true event. I remember it vividly. And I'm just gonna cut off little pieces to start with so I can dip it in my milk. I love these cookies so much because they're nice and crispy on the edges and really like ooey gooey and soft in the center. I'm definitely a person who loves like the crunchy part of brownies and cookies on the edges, you know? So I'm gonna dip in my milk. I'm gonna take a few bites and then we'll get started in the story time. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was crazy. Nice chocolate chips in there. I'm gonna take off some of this frosting now. How has your guys' day been? Has it been chaotic yet? It's Halloween. Are you guys handing out candy today? I was thinking about that in our neighborhood because a lot of people aren't sending their kids out due to COVID. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have wipes outside, like Clorox wipes out there, so that people can grab their candy and wipe down the wrapper if they want, and then put it in their child's bag. I think that would be nice. This way there's no contact and, you know, they can treat it like their groceries, bring it home, wipe it down if they do that. Yum. I live in a pretty small town, and I think that kids like just in our neighborhood, like just on the next block or two, they're gonna want to go door to door, and you know, I don't want to not have any candy for them. So I think that would be a nice, healthy and safe alternative to just passing out candy. Okay, so let me tell you what freaking happened to me. And this has happened a couple of times, but this time in particular was just very vivid. There was no denying it. It was so scary. Okay, so this is what happened. When I was married to my first husband, I lived in Orlando, Florida, and we were young. I was 18 when I got married, and we were temporarily staying with his mother at the time. And she had this Jamaican boyfriend who practiced voodoo and did all kinds of weird, like spiritual stuff, I guess. And she felt like he sometimes would bring some evil spirits into the house. Well, you guys already know that I'm Christian and I definitely believe in angels and demons. I still need more education in terms of how the spiritual world works and how demons and angels move and operate, but I do know that they are here and working. So my husband and I went to bed one night and I had the TV on and my husband fell asleep before I did. And as I was lying there, I heard a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And immediately after the knock, I heard this voice that was vividly my father's voice. Now at that time, I hadn't seen my father in a year. I had moved to another state to live my life with my new husband and start our own family. It was definitely not him, but the voice said, "Hello." Just like that, you guys. Don't leave. That's the scariest part of this whole story. After the hello, the door opens and instantly I feel this pressure on my body, as if something grabbed me and I couldn't move. And it was just like squeezing my head at the temples, like so hard. I felt like my eyes were gonna pop out of my head. And I was squeezing my fists really tight. And I just felt the most evil presence. It was horrifying. And I just started praying. You know how it is when you feel like something demonic is happening to you as a Christian, you're just like, in the name of Jesus, you're just trying to rebuke this thing off of you. This thing lifted off of me. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, it was sleep paralysis. Hold on. I understand a lot of times where people say, oh, it's sleep paralysis and it happens to a lot of people. That's the same thing that they experience. But how do you explain the voice? And how do you explain the evil presence that I felt? It's not just a matter of feeling scared. It was like your spirit knowing there was another spirit there. I guess it's kind of hard to explain if you've never experienced something like that before, because I have experienced sleep paralysis before and it was very different. It was not this. I don't know how to explain it any other way, you guys. And I forgot to mention, as soon as this thing got a hold of me, the TV shut off. How do you explain the TV shutting off? I was awake. I was not sleeping, you guys. I was awake, lying down, watching television. It was so scary. And like I said, stuff like that has happened to me before. The first time I think I was 6 years old. And then again when I was 13. Of course, I was 18 when this happened. And then a couple of times after that, it happened as well. Look at this little spider guy. Isn't this fun? I love these giant cookies for kids and parties. I just think it brings so much joy and festivities. Festive, full of festive. Oh, this is such a satisfying combination. And I don't care if chocolate chips and frosting drops into the milk because I am going to drink that afterward. It's gonna be so good. Have you guys experienced anything like this before? Where it wasn't just where you couldn't move, like sleep paralysis, but there were other elements involved that you couldn't explain? Please say me too in the comments if you have, so I know that others out there have experienced similar situations. It sucks to feel like you're the only one. When I tell my friends about stuff like this, they're just like, oh no, like I have no idea what you're talking about. And they just get kind of weirded out. The other time it happened to me, after I was 18, at this point I was, I think 25. I was in my bedroom and it was nighttime and I heard a rustling of leaves outside the window. And it was like this gurgly, deep, like demonic voice. Something you would hear in the movies. And it was just like pacing around the window. Ugh. I jumped on the phone and called my husband. I'm like, come home from work right now. Like, I could not be alone. And I just can't help but ask myself, like, why? So again, I am a believer in demons and angels. I think there's a spiritual world out there. I've got to do more research on why this happens. Like, why do I hear that? Why? I've never seen anything, but I can feel like an evil presence. And I've heard several things several times throughout my life. Like, why? Why? That's enough about that, you guys. I don't want to scare you anymore. If I have, I just thought it would be super appropriate for Halloween. You know? It's actually really good frosting. Sometimes the frosting is like too generic and it tastes really bad as that aftertaste. That's a good one. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I will be right back for final thoughts. This is my favorite, when all the little cookie bits and stuff fall into the milk and then you get to drink it afterward. It's so good. Well, I hope you all have a very happy and a very safe Halloween. If you end up going out or you take your kids around, let me know in the comments below and let me know like what state you live in if you feel comfortable doing that. You don't have to say your city, but It'd be interesting to know which states are trick-or-treating this year and which aren't. Here in Kansas, a lot of the big trick-or-treating, like mansions and things like that, are shut down, but I believe kids are still going to go door to door. And again, I'm just going to make it as safe as possible, and if kids do come by, they do have candy that they can take home. If you guys are curious, I did purchase this Hello Pumpkin mug from Amazon. It was $15 and it says Hello Pumpkin on both sides. I love it. I think it's so cute and it goes with a lot of my dining room decor. You guys have an awesome rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.